This episode of Coach Ghee is brought to you by the Danny Ruff Foundation. Save the next bright star.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ghee Funny, and I'm here at West Catholic High School here in West Philadelphia. I'm sitting here with another special guest. He is last year's state 3A Coach of the Year, last year's state champs, and back-to-back PCL Final Four, looking to get that first championship since '53.
Yes, sir.
Coach Miguel Bocachica, I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, man. Listen, man, this is kind of an honor because in the Catholic League being such a tough league, I always like to get coaches on here and get their perspective and how they look into going into the season and everything. I just want to start off first, man. How's it been going? Like, how's the new year been going?
It's been good. Graduated 5 seniors, all went to college, which is huge.
Absolutely.
And just looking forward to a new group and a new start, and just culture is culture, so we'll be fine. We bring back a lot of guys, so we'll be good.
I'm gonna start with them state champ guys. I don't even want to lead them out. Yeah. You built with them, they built with you. Let's talk about them a little bit. The seniors from last year and what they're doing now. I'm gonna let you kind of do it, man. Let's start off with Zion.
So Zion Stanford is currently at Temple University. Zion came in as a freshman and played early on. Wasn't always a kid that depended on the skill that you see today. Right. Was a putback kid, play hard kid, but never missed a day. Zion developed tremendously here as a player and as a human being. And I'm looking forward to seeing him do great things at Temple. Back-to-back first-team All-PCLs for him, which was the first time ever here too. Then we have Bud Clark. Bud Clark's at Merrimack University. And same thing, a kid that came here from a different school and didn't start right away. Already had, 250 points to his name, but very selfless, took the coaching, went from a kid that, he's good, but he can't do this and he can't do this and he can't do that. And, you watch him today, and it used to be he can't shoot, now it's like he can't miss. But a winner, a dog, a West Philly kid, really a pleasure to coach him. Then we got Shamar Wilbanks. Shamar Wilbanks is at East Stroudsburg University. Just a hooper.
That's big. I'm getting that.
Full ride. Don't got to worry about paying.
Absolutely.
So that's what it's all about. But just a hooper, man. Like, really love his energy. Just really love having him on the court with us. Just crooked rim, slippery floor. Like, kid just likes to hoop.
Yeah, no matter what. Crate.
Crate, flip flops. So. Just a wonderful kid to have around. Next was MJ Branker. He's at Elizabethtown. MJ was a kid that had to kind of wait for his turn, and when it came, he showed his worth. And we don't do what we did last year without MJ Branker. And lastly, which is probably, I've had a lot of kids come through here and do wonderful things, but Amir Walker. Amir Walker is at Arcadia University. Kid played junior varsity basketball for 3 years. Never complained, never pouted, always sat on our bench. It was probably, the biggest cheerleader to his teammates. And you fast forward his career, his senior year, didn't start as a starter, but once he started starting, took advantage of it. He's a kid that started in a PCL Final Four, started in a PIAA state championship. And I just think he's what West Catholic is all about.
He's an amazing story.
Yes.
Of a kid that's just stayed selfless, worked hard. You said played JV for 3 years.
3 years.
Some kids and parents ain't going for that, but he stayed the course. He trusted the process. Now he's playing college basketball.
He didn't miss any days. His story was, he had to get into shape. He had to learn concepts. He could hoop. Same, just hooper, always at the park doing something, playing somewhere. But there's a picture on Twitter that I put out. And if you see his body transformation from his junior year to his senior year, it's unreal. But just a kid that came in and said, I'm not missing a day. What do you need from me? And, I'm just very thankful to have coached him.
So I'm gonna ask a question that a lot of people, brought up when I told them I was going to have you on the show. A lot of people talk about your coaching style. Right. Some love it. Some hate it. How do you deal with the parents and the kids that maybe can't take the pressure of Miguel Bocachica as a coach?
Yeah, so, someone loving something and someone hating something, that's just life.
Yeah.
Some love Ghee, some hate Ghee.
Yep.
That's just life. When it comes to just the coaching style, it's not for everyone. I just like to push my kids to the max. When I look at my kids, I see something that they don't see in themselves when they look in the mirror. And life is hard. Life gets hard. So I'm tough. I demand a lot out of my kids, and I think because I do, when you come watch us play, you'll never say we don't play hard.
A lot of people say, from me talking to other coaches and talking to people inside of the Catholic League, that the Catholic League kind of has they call a fraternity, and they have their little cliques and gangs. Some people will say you're the odd man out of that.
I might be. I just stay in my own lane. Keep my kids busy. For me, it's about West Catholic. So, yeah, I'm not cliquey or anything like that. When you see me, you'll see my kids walking right behind me, and when I walk out, my kids walking right behind me. So.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't really pay too much attention to that.
You're very young this year, but trying to make it a third straight year at the Palestra. What is it going to take this year from those guys and from you?
Yeah, so, for the 26 class, obviously, we have Kingston Wheatley, 6'6" forward. And we have Jasir, who's just a motor of a point guard, getting up and down the court. I expect a lot. Jasir is a kid that played for us some last year and was impactful. And same with Kingston, played some for us and was impactful in his minutes. They just have to take a leap. Kingston's a kid that plays with great energy. When he's playing hard and his energy's high, I don't think there's a kid that plays harder than Kingston Wheatley. And Jasir just has to continue to learn what it is to be a little guard. He's following up behind Bud Clark, and that's not an easy thing to do. But, you just got to keep learning every single day and, keep taking the coaching. But I have no doubt that those two are going to be really, really important pieces to what we try to do this year. As far as the 2027 class, it's a beautiful class. It's a wonderful class. Kids that can really play. So for them, they just got to pick up on the defensive stuff. I got some natural hoopers in that class. Like they can really hoop. But just picking up defensive concepts, picking up their toughness, being more aggressive, but just typical freshman type stuff.
Okay. So you think you'll be in the mix. Do you think you have a good enough team to make the Palestra run this year?
Absolutely. I believe in my guys. I think our style is our style. It makes other teams uncomfortable. If you can't play it as hard as we do, which most don't, you're going to have trouble winning a basketball game against us. And, yeah, we lost guys, but we have a ton of guys that have been around and know what it is to play hard. And, I trust and believe in those guys.
There's because a lot of people have expectations, right? With this 2027 class, let's just say that. A lot of those kids expect to play because of the conversation they had with the coaches, right? I think a coach should be straightforward on a plan for the kid over 4 years instead of what's the plan for him as a freshman. What do you take on talking to a kid once he gets to your school about what's the plan for him and expectations?
I think the word promise is a bad word.
Yeah.
I don't think promises should happen. For instance, you go to college, you get a degree, you're not promised a job. You have an opportunity to get the job.
Right.
So that's kind of the way I see it. A kid makes my team, we sit down. I always meet with everybody before we get started, every season, and we just have a conversation. And the word promise is not a word that I use personally.
Absolutely.
There's opportunity. I think it's very, very fair in our gym. Everyone gets a fair opportunity. If you're good enough, if you show that you can play, then you'll play. If you're struggling and it takes you a little more time, that's okay. And I think that's just the wonderful part of just having so many different stories in our program. Like a kid like Amir Walker, a kid might be here for 3 years and feel like, when is it going to be my turn? Well, I can revert back to the Amir Walker story and maybe motivate a kid so that he doesn't quit or he doesn't fall off or doesn't transfer. Everything happens different for everybody at different times. But overall, just don't use the word promise. Just there's opportunity, and it should be fair everywhere you go. But yeah, I'm totally against promises.
Like you said, the thing promise. A lot of parents need to look at themselves in the mirror, and I had to do the same thing with myself and just tell yourself, like, listen, when the time is right, the time's gonna come. Right. You know what I'm saying? And a coach, and like I said, I want to hear from a coach like you, like just letting them know, like Amir Walker, they will come. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And just understand, like, when you decide to go to a school and you decide to just put your trust in somebody, just try to be as mutual as possible. You decided to go to West Catholic. You probably knew who the West Catholic coach was. Just trust it.
Yeah.
And I think everything isn't always peaches and cream. Like, there's gonna be highs and lows, and again, that's just life. But like, don't be so quick to tap out. Trust your coaches. Trust your support system, and just stay away from the promises.
Absolutely. Yeah, before we let you go, man, we got the best cheesesteak in Philly.
I mean, I don't really go to the Max's and all that. I probably go to the little Poppy store right here more than anything else. But I've stayed away from cheesesteak.
Yo, the cheesesteak question is killing y'all guys.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah.
Yo, I go to one guy, brother Andre said you go to the hoagie factory. Now my man said the Poppy store right here.
Just something convenient right before practice or something like that.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you a tough question. I already know how you're gonna answer, but everybody wants me to answer. For Palestra Final Four, West Catholic, who?
West Catholic, Archbishop Ryan, Newman, Goretti, and Roman.
West Catholic, Archbishop Ryan, Newman, Goretti, and Roman will be down to Palestra this year if you ask Coach Bocachica right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right now.
But we all good, man. Listen, this is a 3A state coach of the year. This is a guy that won a state championship the first time in school history. You've been here since
2018, 2019 was my first season.
2019 has a state championship and a state coach of the year already, man. This guy's doing big things and will continue to do big things. If your kid is looking to be coached at a high level, this is definitely a school that I would be looking at, and it's going to be one of the schools to be. I mean, as long as this guy be here, you never know, he might get picked up at a higher level, but hopefully this guy's here to keep helping the youth, man. Boc, I want to appreciate you for having me.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
And we here to Ghee Podcast. I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.